the beginning of the end of your familiar cozy world.
This video is based on real events. If your country gets drawn into a large global conflict, especially if hostilities reach your territory, you might experience and feel the following. One day, likely at night when it all begins, you'll probably wake up either to an unnatural silence, missing the usual pre-dawn sounds, or to the sounds of exploding missiles and drones. The enemy will target military logistics and civilian infrastructure, and your air defense will attempt to intercept these enemy missiles and kamikaze drones. You'll immediately reach for your phone or laptop. News feeds will be bursting with headlines. War, and the enemy has attacked. A nervous excitement will overcome you, along with an absurd thrill. You were right about your premonition of disaster. Controlling your emotions, you go to wake your wife to tell her about the war, thinking to yourself that this can't really be happening. It's some kind of surrealism. The same day or the next, trying to maintain composure, you almost casually tell your loved ones that it might be a good idea to go out for supplies to last 3 or 4 days. Military vehicles patrol the streets, and a gloomy anxiety weighs on your heart. At the supermarket, you're struck by a sense of déjà vu. You've seen people frantically loading their carts with food, hygiene products, and the like before, but only in movies about the apocalypse. On the way back home, you see smoke columns from missile strikes and decide that it's time to leave the city for the countryside, away from potential enemy tank routes and closer to the border. You know that the borders are closed to men up to 55 years old, but you must try to get your family to safety in another country, where air raid sirens don't scream every hour. The decision is made. You pack clothes, cash, and other essentials insisted upon by your dear wife, who is frazzled and sleep-deprived from the recent days. New car batteries and fuel, bought for exorbitant prices, are loaded up. Some opportunists, exploiting your desperate situation, are ready to take everything they can. And now you're on the road. The insomnia and stress of the past few days have worn you down. But fueled by strong coffee, you're at the wheel, finding slight solace in driving. The scene you witness is one you've seen many times before in movies. The highway is jammed with cars because the bridge ahead has been blown up, and a weary, irritable soldier is waving you to take a detour. You're heading to your Aunt Gertrude's house. The journey is long, and you are deadly tired. You agree to let your wife drive for just half an hour. There's no order on the road. You've already seen several accidents today. People are angry and impatient. An hour ago, you saw a shootout on the roadside over a jerry can of gasoline. Finally, you arrive. A small village. Your dear old aunt shows you where to carry your youngest daughter, who has fallen asleep during the journey. At the village entrance, your car is stopped at a checkpoint. Police and the National Guard rudely demand your documents, order you to open the trunk, lift the hood, and shine flashlights inside the cabin. You have the sense and restraint not to recall your rights and freedoms. You've realized they no longer exist